A very good Friday morning to you, and welcome to the Fixed Wing Guy channel with me, Stuart Lomas. I hope I find you very well today. Manchester today, continuing the trend. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Clear blue skies, wispy little white clouds, little bit of wind, but glorious yellow ball in the sky, which is seldom seen here in Manchester, but while it is here, we'll enjoy it. What I want to talk about today is really a reply to two videos that I've seen over the last 48 hours by CTJ and Simon Crane regarding what appears to be the current trend for the bot software that people are using now, because you can manipulate viewing figures, subscriber numbers, thumbs up or thumbs down of different people's, or indeed your own YouTube channel. What I want to say about this, firstly, I'll just kind of touch on something that CTJ said, which was that he'd never come across bot software before. Well, to a certain extent, we all have. We just don't know we have. And what I mean by that is, if you are sometimes logging into a secure server, like a bank or a building society, or if you have a pension fund or something like that, or you're doing a survey sometimes, right at the bottom of the survey, you'll have a little blank box. And above that little blank box will be a series of numbers or letters or a combination of both, which sometimes are actually very difficult to see. And what you have to do is actually type in the letters, numbers, or the combination of in the little box below. Now, the reason you have to type that in there is that is an anti-bot measure. So, you know, there are surveys out there where you can earn money from doing surveys. So obviously you can get bot software to do the surveys, but what bots can't do quite yet is recognize those figures and numbers and letters and whatever and put them at the bottom. So it proves to the survey producer that you are not a robot. So we have all come into contact with bots before, but perhaps we just didn't know that we have. Regarding the problem, again, CTJ asked why people do this. It's very simple, really, because they can. And that is the answer. It's a little bit like, you know, why do people hack secure systems? Because they can. Why do people attach viruses and spyware and malware to emails? Because they can. And they get some form of perverse pleasure out of causing some form of disruption in whatever form that may be to people like you and I. Good, law-abiding, let's say law-abiding, living by the rules of the internet. But they get this perverse pleasure out of knowing that they're causing certain people a little bit of discomfort. Moving on to the actual problem itself, you know, I kind of believe, I live by this ethos about this issue, as I did do about my videos. I made a couple of videos about this and never really mean to, they happen. About haters and trolls. My view on this current YouTube trend thing is the same, which is the more you show your annoyance or upset, your disgruntlement, the more these people will do it, because that is what they're aiming for. They are aiming for you to get upset or annoyed by their actions. So you, in effect, like people responding to trolls, are throwing fuel on the fire. So the best thing for you to do is just trust in your core subscribers, the people who are with you regularly. And if you're anything like me, there's been people with me since right at the beginning, you know. So you know you've got a solid core base of people. I did notice, once I was getting more subscribers, that I was getting, 1 or 2 thumbs down. Well, that's fine, and I view it that not everybody's going to like either me or my content or the way that I produce this nonsense. So that's fine. And even if it turns out that I get hit by one of these bots and I start getting 40, 50, 60 thumbs down, well, that's kind of fine as well. Because, again, even if they're genuine thumbs down, I can't please all the people all the time. But as long as I'm pleasing some of you, some of the time, then I'm happy. YouTubers normally do this as a hobby. A bit of fun, allowing us to vent our spleen about whatever subject crosses our mind. And as has happened with me, and I will, if I could, be as presumptuous as to speak for all the rest of you, it allows you to form relationships with people in other parts of the world under other circumstances you would never speak to. I would have probably never come across Simon. Although he's in the UK, the chances are that even though I do travel to Scotland quite a lot, I would never have come across him. But we speak regularly, and we speak regularly on the phone, and we speak regularly on the comments section. I speak to people in Australia, I talk to people in America, which that wouldn't have happened without this. So that's kind of where I am. This is my little channel. It allows me to put my views out there if I feel I've got a 2 penn'orth worth to contribute. And I hope that this is some form of entertainment to others. I think if I, again, can be presumptuous and give you guys a bit of advice, Simon and CTJ, don't get annoyed, guys. These are people, as we say about the trolls and the haters, are sat in their basement or their attic or their bedroom with their pictures of women on the wall and their porn under their mattress because they can't get a proper girlfriend. And they do hateful things because they feel that gives them some measure of masculinity or misguided superiority. So please, guys, don't let them get to you. It is a pointless exercise by them, and as long as you show annoyance, kind of they're winning, and that'll give them something to masturbate over each evening before they go to sleep. Lastly, I want to say that it's kind of, why does it matter? Because unless YouTube is your only stream of income, and you are hopeful that stream of income, because you monetize your account, will give you enough money to live on. Most of us, I would say, 98.9% of YouTubers around the world, those of us who monetize our channels, I haven't. I don't know why I would. I don't get enough views to make any difference. It isn't going to affect your earning potential. And even if, like CTJ said, that 23% of advert views on YouTube are fraudulent, well, that's fine. But generally, that's only affecting the big guys, the big companies, and they use their budgets, and a certain part of that will be to underpin fraudulent costings. So, don't worry about the big boys. If you monetize your channel, as I say, unless it is your only source of income, then I can see why you'd be worried about thumbs downers and therefore you're dropping down the rankings. But most of us in the watch world are relatively small fry. Even the big boys with thousands of subscribers don't get enough views to make massive income. So if it's not your only source of income, why are you worried about it? And I guess that's it for this one. What I'm saying is, these guys are no different to the trolls and the haters. Ignore them. Don't mention them. Don't get upset by it, because if you do, they are winning. You know, don't get frustrated by it. Try to ignore it if you can. And at some point, a piece of software will turn up which will counteract the bot software. But bot software is with us for now. It will be with us for a while. But somebody out there, some bright spark, will enable you to install a piece of software like malware software, for instance, that will detect artificial thumbs down, artificial dislikes, artificial subscriber numbers, and so on and so forth. It will run in the background, just take those out. So don't worry, something down the line will sort this out for everybody. And I guess really that's kind of where I'm coming from. Ignore them. Don't get frustrated. And I'm sensing that both from Simon and CTJ, you're very frustrated by this. Let it go. It isn't worth a number of silly little people spoiling this for you, for me, for everybody else who makes content, because I'm assuming we all are like me. We all enjoy making this and talking to the people who, over the months certainly that I've been on, you formed a relationship with, and they understand where you're coming from, and generally across the board, they enjoy what you put out, and if you don't enjoy it, they'll tell you. So that's it, guys. I'm going to round this one up here. Leave them alone. Don't mention them. It will resolve in time. It isn't something you can deal with on your own. So let it go, and you'll feel a lot better. So anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I've not checked my subscribers or anything today because I just wanted to make this video. If you have subscribed, welcome along. I will send you my customary note. Thank you for all your views and all the comments on the video from yesterday. I will go a watch shopping for that, and I will let you know as things progress. So any questions, queries, suggestions for this kind of nonsense, as always, down below. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.